Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more City Skylines. So I'm picking up right where I left off last week in my stream of City Skylines, the very day that the patch for the natural disasters came out. And I played around a little bit with the DLC, seeing some new things, and mostly we had some natural disasters that naturally occur, and I built up the city to deal with a lot of those disasters. And I think for the most part, the only thing missing as far as preparedness goes is, let's see, I have a disaster response unit. I have, I think, 3 of the larger shelters at this point. We can confirm that if I click there. We have 3. Now, I didn't do anything with the escape routes because that was one thing that I really hadn't figured out at that moment. We should also have radio towers or masts. Now, there is a little bit of lack of coverage over here, so we could maybe address that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a radio tower. We should have the money to do it. Yeah, we'll have the money to do it. I'll put one right there. Okay, and we have an earthquake sensor. That's going to cover most of the city. Yeah, pretty much all the city's covered. We do not have a tsunami warning buoy, but I don't know if there's actually a way or a way to the ocean. Maybe over here. That would be a good idea to put one over here. But I actually can't because I don't have... Oh, that was the wrong thing. I was going to say. Yeah, I couldn't build it over there, though, because of the, we don't have access to build there at the moment. Okay, and then really all that's left that I don't have is the deep space radar, which I can't afford, so why not? Not sure where to put it. We could put it over here somewhere, or just somewhere that has open space, like we could put it right next to our oil plant, I guess. There, that should cover the city. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. So let's just continue here. Now, I don't know, was I working on... I know I was working on some new neighborhoods, but I think I already applied zoning. Yes, I did, it appears. So, the main thing that I am currently lacking right now is industry, and I think power, if I remember correctly. As a matter of fact, let's just go through the status of everything. So power is a little bit on the short side, and we do have new power generation options open to us. And we have water. Might want to increase that at some point. And it might also be a good idea to have an alternative source in case we have some kind of flooding that damages the water over here. Now, I do have water tanks in case that does happen as a reserve, but I think it would be also a good idea to have more water pumping facilities. So if I were to do any water pumping, we could do it off of here. And there shouldn't be any pollution coming down the water, but I can confirm that. Yeah, so we should be good. So I'm going to do a water pumping station. There's a little bit of noise created, so let's go a little bit further along. Let's say right about there. And then we're going to need a water pipe that's going to connect it to the rest of the city. And we might not get electricity there as we need, so I'll just draw this over here. There, should take care of it. Alright, and let's have a little bit of time go by so we can get that up and running. Alright, yeah, so that should help with the water. And garbage, where we should be good. I put a new facility down here. And traffic. There's quite a bit of backup over here, I'm noticing. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, this is not particularly good. And I think there's another area of backup traffic over here, too. Alright, well, I think the main concern right now, though, is just getting more industry into the city. Now, I was expanding farming, and it seems like that expansion took. So, we know because of traffic that this intersection's kind of rough. I could rezone this area. Or actually this area. This was a little bit dezoned. I was trying to do smaller areas, though, so that we weren't overburdening our roads. But I think... Or not over... Running out of workers, because that was a problem. That was the reason why I dezoned them in the first place. And, you know what? Somebody mentioned that the music might be a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. We'll go down... There we go. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on the zoning and make sure we don't have lack of workers. Now, these should all be farms because of the way I zoned this district. Because it's fertile land. Now, people might not be interested in working on farms. I could also do traditional industry, but usually if you have worker shortages in farms, you're going to have worker shortages in traditional industry as well. All right, so far no complaints, but usually it takes... Yeah, see... Already we're seeing worker complaints, so I'm going to go ahead and dezone some of this. What I might do is dezone the areas that are complaining. Because hopefully that will remove the burden of traffic over here a little bit. Alright, so obviously that's not really helping. We could do more offices, and there is kind of unused space over here. Oh, that's right, I was building over here. I forgot all about it. Alright. Let's take a look at what we have going on over here. So, more than likely... Oh, yeah, okay, I remember now. We were doing zoning over here. Let's put that in. Alright, so far so good. We do have water over here, right? Yeah. Let's go on the outer ring here. With some offices. That's probably going a little bit too far. I want to make sure we have power hooked up and all that. We have a lot of rain coming in. I don't know if we're going to have any flooding as a result. There is new infrastructure to deal with flooding. Does not appear to be a problem at the moment. Alright, so offices moved in, so let's just keep zoning. We have a lot of money coming in. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to play on slower speed here at some of the newer things that have also been added in. So we go over to a normal fire station. We have fire helicopter depot. which we already have one of those. We also have these watchtowers, which I'm noticing we don't have much coverage over here. At least as far as I can tell, we don't. So let's go ahead, stick this sucker in. And it also appears we do not have very good coverage over here. So I will put another one of these guys there. And then there's a little bit of a lack of coverage over here, so we'll just put one right there. Alright. And we don't have one over here either, so we'll do that. Okay. Now I already have one of these helicopters, and I should also have a police helicopter. And I also believe I bought the medical helicopter. I am getting complaints about worker shortages, but it's not... Oh, I was about to say it's not as bad. It seems like pretty much everywhere I zoned for new industry is saying that. Alright, well... let's go back to zoning here. And we'll speed things up a little bit. And another thing I don't know if I have addressed is education. So let's just go through, and we'll start with elementary schools. And we have built new districts. Looks like we're covered more or less. How are high schools, though, in this neighborhood? And our capacity overall? It seems okay, and we do have a high school there. We don't really have much in the way of schooling over here, though, I'm noticing. Put a school right there. That should cover a lot of this. There is residential all along this outer ring. And we also lack high school coverage over here, which we could stick in this area in a way to cover the areas we don't really reach very well, but also some of these other residential neighborhoods over here. So I'll go ahead and put that in. And then as far as colleges go, we should have pretty good coverage for the most part. So I'm not really worried about colleges. All right. That spent a little bit of money, but the main thing we have to worry about is power. So I did just get some solar power plants, and I think that that would do nicely probably about there. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and bulldoze these power lines because that solar power plant has changed some things around. All right. And then I think that's pretty much good. So we'll go ahead and go back to our zoning of the offices. And we'll continue to save up money here. We are getting more residential demand. That's good. As more people come into the city and work. All right, so we're starting to get offices over here so we can zone there. All right. And because of demand for residential going up, I think I'm going to put some housing in here. And I think we'll go with high density all on this end here. Now, I don't have a lot of shopping, but we can always add that in. There's the neighborhoods I have over here that could be changed around to have more shopping and things, but they just haven't been set up for that yet. And zone in the last of our offices. And then with that, I think we're pretty much good to zone all this in. Now, I do need to upgrade my metro network, and that was another thing that I was saving up to do. We have plenty of money to do that now, so let's go ahead and pause here and open up the public transportation system. And we'll get on our metros. So this hasn't been updated over here in quite a while. We're adding on neighborhoods. And none of these are really being connected by our metro system. So probably we're going to want a station over here somewhere. Now, just taking a look at the zoning, I might want a couple stops with this metro station. We could do... we're having some trash pickup difficulties. You know what I'm going to do, just while thinking about it, I'll just put another incineration plant in here, as long as it's not going to cause me any pollution issues, which I don't think it will. There we go. And should be okay on the water hookup. Alright, let's go back to the public transportation here. So, I would like a way for people to get to work, but also get over here to these residential neighborhoods. And we also need buses and a whole lot of things in these new neighborhoods. So there's a lot I'm going to be needing to do here. So let's start by putting a station right about... I think I want it more midway here. Let's put it right there. Okay. We have one metro station there, and I think I would like another one come across. Now, I think we already have a school or something over there, so... might be hard to fit one in here. Maybe on this corner? Yeah, that looks good to me. And we'll hook all this up with tunnels, so we'll go from this over to here. And then from here, we'll go to here. And from here, we'll connect over to the main area there. And we could also do a line that comes across over into this neighborhood, because this neighborhood's not being addressed by the metro station at all. Which might not be a bad idea. I don't have enough money to do that. But at least we have a little bit of a connection here. I might even want to change one of these trains. So that it goes in this loop right now, rather than go in the loop that it does, which I actually don't know how long it is, but let's just see. So this just goes in a loop like that. What happens if we take out this stop? As a matter of fact, I'd like to just do it over again. I'm hoping I took out the right stop. Yeah, it looks like I did. Okay, so I'm just trying to take out that line altogether. Okay, now that I've done that, let us start by putting this line, a new line, create new line, here. That goes over to here. It goes over... let's actually come over this way. Goes to this stop. Goes to this stop. Comes over this way. Stops here. Stops there. Comes around. Stops here. Then comes back around. Stops there. There. And finally terminates there. Alright, so we just lengthened that loop. And brought it around through our new line. And again, I would like a extension here, but that's, you know, a start. It gets some of our new neighborhoods hooked up. So let us continue until we have enough money to expand that even further. Metro stations are rather expensive, and go back to the zoning game. So got our offices more or less zoned in, and we've definitely dropped the demand for jobs. So we do have someplace I have to bulldoze here. But we're having a lot less shortage of workers over here. That's good to see. Okay. Back to zoning. And mostly residential, I think. So these all filled in nicely, I think. And we could also happily zone these in. We'd probably be able to get away with zoning this. And then I'll do high density around the roundabout here. And then low density on these side streets. Alright, there we go. Now the demand for shopping is going up a little bit. I could deal with that pretty easily by just adding in some shopping somewhere. Why not put it right next to the prison? That sounds like a good place to put shopping. And we do have a little bit of issue here with zoning. This happens every so often. And I think I'm going to try and fix it here. So let me grab... There we go. Alright, let's try that again. So go back to the fill tool. Do that. And I believe this is high density commercial. And just to move things along, bulldoze, bulldoze, high density, boom. Okay. Okay, where do we want our shopping? We can put some in over here. A little bit of shopping there. A little bit of shopping there. A little bit of shopping there. There's nothing says shopping like some emergency water tanks. It'd probably also be a good idea to put emergency water tanks at another part of town that is, in case that part of town gets hit, we can do something over here. So let's see, that's underwater, and we've got emergency tank. Kind of hard to put these in without knocking out any of our other buildings, though, because these things are super long. Could put them over here. That's not probably a bad place. It puts them pretty far away from where there might be flooding. So we stick this here, here, and we just connect them to the water. You know what? Let me do this from here so we know that that's working as it should. Do that. There we go. All right, there's our emergency water in case we need it. And I guess it's back to the metro station, so we have all that set up. I would like to get some set up over here now. So first off, this is mostly low density, which, oh, there's some more zoning breakage here. I don't know what's going on over here. It's all messed up. It could be like the drawing of streets that were previously not there has messed up these residences. So let me just rezone all this. Okay. Okay. All right, metro station. So, station. Alright. Put one in this corner. And I'll put another one about... You could put it off of this area. In here. Like that. And then... I think that will be good to connect this area up. You could also do another one in here. Like that. And then we need the tunnels. So, go from there, there to there, and there, and then we'll do another line that comes from here to here, and from here down to there. All right, now let's do the lines. So, I'll have one... We could have it go this way, and then back around. That might not be a bad plan. All right, so we'll start here. Come around. Not quite how I want it. I want it to go around the other way. Well, we could do the reverse trip. Go this way, then through to the other way. Let's see how that works. So we'll go here, here. See, that backs up. I don't like that. There. I don't like that at all. It's ugly. It's just the way that the lines are laid out. It's not going in quite the direction I want it to. Let's try this again. Maybe we start here, then we go here. Yes, he's doing what I don't want it to do.